the 90-day window that determines everything. Let me tell you about a man who won $315 million in the lottery. Within 8 years, he was broke, divorced, and his granddaughter was dead from a drug overdose. He later said, "I wish I'd torn that ticket up." Or how about the NFL player who earned $40 million over his career and ended up bankrupt, living in his car, contemplating suicide? Or the lottery winner who won $27 million, spent it all within 5 years, and ended up working at McDonald's? These aren't rare exceptions. These are the norm. Studies show that 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within 5 years. 78% of NFL players face serious financial distress within 2 years of retirement. 60% of NBA players are broke within 5 years of leaving the league. But here's what's really terrifying. It's not just lottery winners and athletes. It's inheritance recipients. It's people who sell their businesses. It's crypto millionaires. It's anyone who suddenly comes into life-changing money without the years of experience that usually come with building wealth gradually. The pattern is always the same. Sudden wealth, euphoria, bad decisions, surrounded by the wrong people, money gone, life destroyed. And if you're watching this video, there's a good chance one of 3 things is happening. 1, you just came into sudden wealth and you're terrified of screwing it up. 2, you're about to come into sudden wealth and you want to be prepared. 3, you dream about sudden wealth and you want to know exactly what to do when it happens. Whatever your situation, the next 10 minutes could be the difference between keeping your wealth and losing everything. Because here's what nobody tells you. The first 90 days after you become rich are the most dangerous 90 days of your entire life. The decisions you make in this window will determine whether you build generational wealth or become another cautionary tale, whether you experience freedom or a nightmare you can't wake up from. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact playbook for navigating sudden wealth. Not theory, not general advice, but a step-by-step protocol that will protect you from the traps that destroy 70% of people in your situation. We're going to cover the critical first 24 hours and why silence is your most valuable asset, the rule of 6 months that prevents catastrophic mistakes, how to build a wealth protection team before the vultures descend, the psychological trap that destroys lottery winners and how to avoid it, the tax strategies that could save you millions in the first year alone, how to handle family, friends, and strangers who suddenly need your help, the investment mistakes that wipe out fortunes, and what to do instead. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap, a survival guide for sudden wealth. But I need you to do something first. I need you to understand the stakes, because the moment money hits your account, you become a target. Family members you haven't talked to in years will emerge with sob stories. Financial advisors will promise to double your money. Scammers will craft elaborate schemes. The IRS will want their cut. And your own psychology, your own impulses and emotions will become your biggest enemy. You are about to enter a battlefield, and the casualties are everywhere. So if you're serious about keeping your wealth, stay with me. Don't skip ahead. Don't get distracted, because what I'm about to share could be worth more than the money itself. Let's begin. Part 1. The first 24 hours survival mode. The moment you realize you're suddenly wealthy, whether it is a lottery win, an inheritance, a business sale, a crypto windfall, or any other sudden influx, your first instinct will be to tell someone. Don't. I'm going to be brutally direct with you. The first rule of sudden wealth is silence. Not temporary silence. Not just telling my close family. Complete, absolute silence. Here's why. The moment you tell anyone, and I mean anyone, your life changes irreversibly. Word spreads faster than you can imagine. Within 48 hours, people you haven't spoken to in a decade will know. Within a week, your phone won't stop ringing. Every relationship in your life will be contaminated by the knowledge of your wealth. You will never know again whether people like you for you or for what you can do for them. Every conversation will have an agenda. Every visit will have an ask. So here's what you do in the first 24 hours. Step 1. Verify the money is real and secured. If it's a lottery win, sign the ticket and immediately put it in a safe deposit box at a bank. Take photos of it from multiple angles with timestamps. If it's an inheritance or business sale, confirm the funds have actually cleared into your account. Large wire transfers can be reversed under certain circumstances. Wait for irrevocable confirmation. If it's crypto or stocks, transfer to a secure wallet or account that you control. Not an exchange, not a third party, your custody. Step 2. Take 3 deep breaths and do absolutely nothing else. Sit with it. Let the reality sink in, but do not make any decisions yet. Do not call your mom. Do not text your best friend. Do not post anything on social media. Do not quit your job. Do not buy anything. Do not tell your spouse yet if you can help it. We'll get to that. Step 3. Take a 24-hour communication blackout. Turn off your phone if possible. Tell people you're sick or need a mental health day. Create space between the event and your next move. Use this time to think clearly, to process, to avoid the euphoric decisions that destroy fortunes. Step 4. Write down your immediate thoughts and feelings. Get a journal or open a document and brain dump everything. All your dreams, fears, plans, worries. This serves 2 purposes. 1. It prevents you from acting impulsively by giving your excitement an outlet. 2. It creates a baseline record of your mental state that you can reference later when you're tempted to make emotional decisions. Step 5. Research what happens to people in your situation. Google lottery winner bankrupt. Read the stories. Let them sober you. Understand that you are not special. You are not immune. Without the right strategy, you will become a statistic. The biggest mistake people make in the first 24 hours, they celebrate, they tell people, they make promises, they quit their jobs, they buy things. Every single one of these actions creates consequences that can't be undone. The person you tell today will tell someone tomorrow. The car you buy today will require maintenance, insurance, and creates a lifestyle expectation. The job you quit today eliminates your cover story and marks you publicly as wealthy. I know it's hard. The excitement is overwhelming. You want to share it. You want to celebrate. You want to immediately change your life. But the people who keep their wealth are the ones who can delay gratification, who can sit in discomfort, who can resist the impulse to broadcast. What about your spouse? This is complicated. Legally, in many jurisdictions, sudden wealth acquired during marriage is community property. Hiding it could create legal problems. But here's my advice. Even if you tell your spouse, make a pact together that you tell no one else for at least 6 months. Make it a team secret, because once one of you tells your mother or your best friend, it's over. The secret is out. By the end of the first 24 hours, you should have secured the money or asset, told no one or only your spouse under conditions of absolute secrecy, created mental and emotional space to think clearly, begun educating yourself on what happens to people like you. Now you're ready for the next phase. Part 2, Week 1. Building your wealth protection team. You cannot do this alone. You need a team, but not just any team. You need a carefully selected group of professionals who don't know each other, who aren't receiving commissions on your money, and who have fiduciary responsibility to you. Here's the mistake most people make. They go to one wealth manager at a big bank who promises to handle everything. That person then sells them investment products that pay huge commissions, puts them in underperforming funds, and bleeds the wealth slowly through fees. Instead, you need to build what I call a wealth protection team with these specific members. 1. A fee-only fiduciary financial advisor. Notice the specific language: fee-only and fiduciary. Fee-only means they charge you a flat fee or hourly rate, not commissions on products they sell you. This eliminates the conflict of interest. Fiduciary means they are legally required to act in your best interest, not their own. Do not work with anyone who isn't both. Period. Where to find them? The National Association of Personal Financial Advisors, NAPFA, or the Garrett Planning Network. Interview at least 3 before choosing one. What they do: help you create a comprehensive financial plan, advise on asset allocation, coordinate with your other team members. 2. A tax attorney, not just a CPA. A CPA can file your taxes. A tax attorney can structure your wealth to minimize taxes legally and protect you from IRS problems. Sudden wealth comes with sudden tax bills that can devastate you if not handled properly. For example, if you win a $10 million lottery, the federal government immediately takes 24% in withholding. Then, you owe additional taxes up to 37% of the federal level, plus state taxes that can be up to 13% in some states. You could owe over $5 million in taxes on a $10 million win. A tax attorney helps you understand your exact tax liability, set up structures, trusts, LLCs, etc., to protect assets and minimize taxes. Plan charitable giving strategies that reduce your tax burden. Ensure compliance so you don't end up in legal trouble. 3. An estate planning attorney. Even if you're young, you need an estate plan immediately, because now you have assets worth protecting and passing on. This attorney will help you create a revocable living trust to avoid probate, set up irrevocable trusts for asset protection if needed, draft a will that clearly specifies how assets are distributed, establish powers of attorney for medical and financial decisions, protect your wealth from future lawsuits, divorces, or creditors. 4. An insurance specialist. Sudden wealth means you're now a lawsuit target. You need umbrella liability insurance of at least $5, $10 million immediately. You also need proper homeowner/renter's insurance with high limits, auto insurance with maximum liability coverage, potentially life insurance, depending on your situation, disability insurance if you still working. 5. A therapist or counselor who specializes in sudden wealth. This might seem strange, but it's critical. Sudden wealth is psychologically devastating for most people. The guilt, the anxiety, the changed relationships, the identity crisis, it's real and it's overwhelming. There are therapists who specialize in working with lottery winners, inheritance recipients, and others experiencing sudden wealth. Find one. How to find and vet these professionals. Google fee-only fiduciary advisor, your city. Ask for references from clients in similar situations. Interviewing multiple candidates. Never hire the first person you talk to. Ask about their experience with clients who have sudden wealth. Verify credentials and check for any disciplinary actions. Make sure they don't know each other to prevent collusion. What this team should not include: your brother-in-law who knows about investing, the broker who calls you promising amazing returns, anyone who contacts you first after hearing about your wealth, anyone who promises guaranteed returns or can't lose investments, your buddy from high school who just started a business and needs funding. The cost of this team: yes, you'll pay fees. A good fee-only advisor might charge $5,000 to $15,000 for a comprehensive financial plan plus ongoing fees. Attorneys charge $300 to $600. Insurance costs money. But this investment will save you millions. Literally millions. The people who skip this step are the ones who end up broke. By the end of week 1, you should have interviewed and hired at minimum a financial advisor and tax attorney, scheduled consultations with estate planning and insurance professionals, not told anyone outside your spouse about the wealth, not made any major purchases or lifestyle changes, not quit your job or made any irreversible decisions. You're building the foundation. Don't skip it. Part 3. The 6-month rule. Why patience makes millions. Here's a rule that will protect you from 90% of the wealth-destroying mistakes. Make no major financial decisions or lifestyle changes for 6 months. No buying houses. No buying cars. No quitting your job. No starting businesses. No lending money to family. No investing in opportunities. Nothing. Just let the money sit in a high-yield savings account or treasury bills while you learn, plan, and adjust psychologically. I know this sounds extreme. You're thinking, but I have life-changing money. Why would I wait? Because the decisions you make in the first 6 months are almost always wrong. Here's why. 1. You're in an altered psychological state. Sudden wealth triggers the same neurological responses as drugs. Your brain is flooded with dopamine. Your judgment is impaired. Your risk assessment is broken. Studies show that people who come into sudden money dramatically overestimate their wealth. They think it will last forever. They make decisions based on euphoria, not math. 6 months allows your brain chemistry to normalize. It allows you to start thinking clearly again. 2. You don't yet understand what your money can actually do. Most people vastly overestimate how far their money will go. They think $5 million means they never have to work again and can live like a celebrity. The math doesn't support this. With a 4% safe withdrawal rate, $5 million generates $200,000 per year before taxes. That's a great income, but it's not private jets and mansions. 6 months gives you time to run the actual numbers with your financial advisor, to understand what kind of lifestyle your wealth can realistically support, to adjust your expectations to reality. 3. The people around you need time to reveal themselves. In the first few months, you can't tell who's genuine and who's a vulture. Everyone will have their best behavior on. Everyone will seem supportive. But over time, patterns emerge. You start to see who respects your boundaries and who constantly has their hand out, Who's interested in you versus who's interested in your wallet. 6 months of observation protects you from giving money to the wrong people or getting involved in schemes. 4. Market conditions might change. If you're thinking about making major investments, 6 months allows you to observe market cycles, get educated, and make informed decisions rather than impulsive ones. The investment that seems amazing today might reveal itself as a scam or bad deal over 6 months. What you should do during the 6-month waiting period. Meet regularly with your wealth protection team. Educate yourself about investing, taxes, estate planning. Track your current spending to understand your baseline lifestyle costs. Observe your relationships and note who handles your wealth well. Process your emotions with your therapist. Create a comprehensive financial plan. Calculate your real numbers, what you have, what you owe, what you can safely spend. Pay off high-interest debt, credit cards, personal loans. Build a 12-month emergency fund in cash. What you should not do. Buy houses, cars, boats, or luxury items. Quit your job. Start a business or invest in someone else's business. Lend money to family or friends. Make verbal promises about what you do with the money. Get married or divorced. Your judgment is compromised. Move to a new city or country on impulse. Invest in anything you don't fully understand. Exception to the 6-month rule. There is one exception. If you have an urgent, legitimate need, you can address it. For example, you or a family member needs critical medical care. You're facing eviction or foreclosure. You have high-interest debt that's accruing charges. But even then, address only the immediate need. Don't overspend. Don't upgrade. Just solve the crisis and return to waiting mode. The psychology of waiting. This will be hard. Maybe the hardest thing you've ever done. The money is there. You can spend it. The temptation is overwhelming. But remember, the people who keep their wealth are the ones who can delay gratification, who can tolerate discomfort, who can resist impulse. Every day you wait is a day you're building the discipline, knowledge, and team that will protect you for life. Part 4. Handling family, friends, and the vultures. This is where it gets emotionally brutal. Because suddenly everyone you know needs money. Your mom needs a new roof. Your cousin needs help with medical bills. Your best friend has a can't-miss business opportunity. Your sister's husband lost his job. Your old college roommate just happens to be in town and wants to catch up. And here's the thing. Some of these needs are real. Some of these people genuinely love you. But your wealth has changed the relationship dynamics in ways that can't be undone. The fundamental truth you must accept. You cannot save everyone, and trying to will destroy you financially and emotionally. Here's your strategy for handling requests. 1. Have a prepared script. When someone asks for money, and they will, you need a prepared response that you deliver every single time without deviation. I appreciate you thinking of me. I've actually put my wealth in a trust with advisors, and I can't access it for personal gifts or loans right now. I signed agreements that prevent me from doing that. I'm not the decision maker anymore. This is brilliant for several reasons. It's not a flat no that damages the relationship. It removes you as the decision maker so they can't pressure you. It's vague enough that you don't have to explain details. It's consistent you tell everyone the same thing. 2. Establish a family helping fund, if you choose to help at all. If you want to help family, do it smartly. Set aside a specific, limited amount, maybe 5% of your wealth, for family assistance. Create clear rules for what qualifies emergencies only, not lifestyle upgrades. Work with your financial advisor to manage this fund. Make it clear that once the fund is depleted, there's no more. Never give cash directly, pay bills directly to providers. 3. Distinguish between gifts and loans. Never loan money to family or friends, ever. If you give money, make it a gift with no expectation of return. Otherwise, you'll ruin relationships when they don't pay you back, and they won't. Better yet, don't give money. Instead, pay for specific things that help them help themselves. Pay for job training or education. Pay for therapy or addiction treatment. Help with one-time emergencies, medical bills, car repair. 4. Protect yourself from manipulation tactics. People will use every emotional weapon they have. Family takes care of family. You'd help me if you really loved me. I'll pay you back, I promise. It's not like you can't afford it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Guilt, shame, anger, tears, threats, you need to be ready for this. Practice saying no. Role play with your therapist. Develop emotional calluses. Remember, their emergency is not your responsibility. Their bad decisions are not your burden. You didn't cause their problems, and giving them money won't solve them. 5. The entitled ones will reveal themselves. Some people will get angry that you won't help them. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. They'll spread rumors. They'll cut you off. Let them. These people never loved you. They loved what they thought they could get from you. Losing them is addition by subtraction. 6. Be especially careful with investment opportunities. Your friends and acquaintances will suddenly have amazing business ideas that just need funding. They'll promise huge returns. They'll make you a partner. 99% of these are terrible ideas that will lose your money. If you want to invest in businesses, work with professional venture capitalists or angel investor groups. Don't invest in your buddy's restaurant or your cousin's app idea. 7. Consider anonymous giving. If you want to be generous, consider anonymous giving to charities or causes. You get the joy of helping without the expectation, pressure, and relationship damage that comes with people knowing you're the source. The hardest truth. Some relationships won't survive your wealth. Parents may become resentful. Siblings may become entitled. Friends may become bitter. This is painful. It's one of the hidden costs of sudden wealth that no one talks about. But you cannot set yourself on fire to keep others warm. You cannot impoverish yourself to make others comfortable with your wealth. Protect yourself first. Then, from a position of strength and with professional guidance, you can choose how and when to help others. Part 5. The investment strategy that protects wealth. Now let's talk about what to actually do with the money. Because letting it sit in a savings account forever isn't the answer either. But here's what you need to understand. Sudden wealth is not the time for aggressive investing. Your goal in the first few years is not to maximize returns. It's to not lose what you have. The boring strategy that works. 1. Start with the Sleep Well portfolio. This is a simple, diversified, low-cost portfolio that generates steady returns without high risk. 30-40% in a total U.S. stock market index fund. 20-30% in international stock index funds. 20-30% in bond index funds. 10-20% in cash treasury bills. That's it. Boring, simple, effective. This kind of portfolio has historically returned 6-8% per year over long periods. It won't make you Instagram rich, but it will preserve and grow your wealth steadily. 2. Use only low-cost index funds. Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab offer index funds with expense ratios of 0.03, 0.0 set. This means you pay $315 per year for every $10,000 invested. Compare this to actively managed funds that charge 1-2%. That's $100-200 per mile, $1,000, and you'll save hundreds of thousands over time. 3. Rebalance annually. Once a year, sell some of what's performed well and buy more of what's lagged to maintain your target allocation. This forces you to buy low and sell high automatically without emotion. 4. Ignore the market noise. You will be tempted to sell when the market drops. You will be tempted to chase hot stocks. You will see people getting rich from crypto or meme stocks. Ignore all of it. The data is overwhelming. People who try to time the market or pick individual stocks underperform simple index fund strategies 95% of the time. What to absolutely avoid. Day trading, you will lose money. Cryptocurrency has more than 5% of your portfolio, too volatile. Individual stocks, unless you're a professional investor. Any investment you don't fully understand. Anything promising guaranteed high returns, it's a scam. Real estate syndications or partnerships, unless you're experienced. Investing in friends or family's businesses. Complex financial products, structured notes, annuities with high fees, etc. The 4% rule for spending. If you want your money to last forever and pass wealth to your heirs, you can safely withdraw 4% of your portfolio per year, adjusted for inflation. So if you have $5 million invested, year 1, you can spend $200,000. Year 2, $200,000 plus inflation adjustment. And so on forever. This ensures you never outlive your money. Tax-efficient investing. Work with your tax attorney to max out tax-advantaged accounts, 401k, IRA, HSA, harvest tax losses annually. Hold investments long-term to avoid short-term capital gains taxes. Consider municipal bonds if you're in a high tax bracket, when you can start getting more sophisticated. After 2-3 years, once you've proven you can handle the basics, you can consider real estate investing, rental properties, REITs, small allocations to alternatives, private equity, hedge funds if you're accredited, starting a business with proper planning and capital limits, but only if you've educated yourself thoroughly and you're working with experienced professionals. Part 6. The psychological traps that destroy wealth. Let's talk about the mental and emotional challenges, because this is what actually destroys most people. Trap number 1. Lifestyle inflation. You upgrade your car, then your house, then your clothes, then your vacations, then your friends expect you to pick up every tab. Then you need a housekeeper, a gardener, a personal trainer. Before you know it, you're spending $500,000 a year to maintain a lifestyle that doesn't even make you happier. Solution: live below your means. Set a spending limit, maybe 3% of your wealth annually, and stick to it ruthlessly. Trap number 2. Identity crisis. Who are you now? Are you still the same person? Do you deserve this money? What's your purpose? Sudden wealth can shatter your sense of self. You may feel guilt, especially if others are struggling. You may feel unworthy. You may lose motivation if you never have to work again. Solution: work with your therapist. Maintain some form of productive work or purpose, even if you don't need the money. Volunteer, create, build something meaningful. Trap number 3. Isolation. You can't relate to your old friends anymore, but you don't fit in with wealthy circles either. You feel alone, suspicious of everyone's motives, unable to trust. Solution: join groups for people who've experienced sudden wealth. They exist. Connect with others who understand your unique situation. Trap number 4. Paranoia. Everyone wants something. Every interaction feels transactional. You start trusting no one. Solution: establish clear boundaries, but don't let wealth turn you cynical. There are still genuine people. Use the 6-month observation period to identify them. Trap number 5. Boredom and loss of purpose. If you quit working and just consume, you'll be miserable within a year. Humans need purpose, challenge, and growth. Solution: don't quit your job immediately. If you do eventually leave, replace work with meaningful pursuits: learning, creating, serving, building. Trap number 6. Entitlement. You start to believe you deserve luxury, that you're special, that rules don't apply to you. This leads to reckless spending, bad decisions, and alienating the people who actually care about you. Solution: practice gratitude daily. Remember that you're a steward of wealth, not entitled to it. Stay humble. Part 7. The long-term wealth preservation strategy. You've made it through the first 6 months. You have your team. You have your plan. You haven't made any catastrophic mistakes. Now what? Year 1 priorities. Finalize your estate plan. Establish your long-term investment strategy. Set up any trusts or entities for asset protection. Complete your tax planning for the year. Decide if you're continuing to work or pursuing other activities. Establish your giving/free strategy if desired. Years 2-5 priorities. Stick to your financial plan. This is harder than it sounds. Review and adjust investments annually. Continue therapy/counseling as needed. Evaluate your life satisfaction and adjust as needed. Consider meaningful work or projects. Build genuine relationships with people who knew you. The wealth. Long-term mindset shifts. 1. You're a steward, not an owner. This wealth is temporary. You're managing it for your lifetime and potentially passing it on. This mindset prevents reckless decisions. 2. Your net worth is not your self-worth. You are not your bank account. Your value as a human is unchanged by money. 3. Wealth is a tool, not a trophy. Use it to create freedom, security, and impact. Don't use it to impress people or feed ego. 4. Simplicity beats complexity. The wealthiest people often live surprisingly simple lives. They don't need to prove anything. 5. Relationships matter more than returns. A 10% return means nothing if you've alienated everyone you love. Protect relationships even more carefully than you protect wealth. The truth about sudden wealth. Here's what I want you to understand. Sudden wealth is not a blessing or a curse. It's a test. It will reveal your character. It will expose your weaknesses. It will test your discipline, your values, your relationships. Most people fail this test. Not because they're bad people, but because they're unprepared. But you don't have to be a statistic. If you followed this playbook, if you embrace silence, Build your team, practice patience, protect yourself from manipulation, invest conservatively, and do the psychological work. You can be one of the rare individuals who not only keeps their wealth but uses it to create genuine freedom and impact. Your action steps starting today. If you haven't received sudden wealth yet, save this video and watch it again when the time comes. Start educating yourself now. Build relationships with fee-only advisors before you need them. Practice discipline and delayed gratification in your current financial life. If you just received sudden wealth, implement the 24-hour silence protocol immediately. Start building your wealth protection team this week. Commit to the 6-month rule, no major decisions. Find a therapist who specializes in sudden wealth. If you're months into sudden wealth and struggling, it's not too late to course correct. Hire the professionals you should have hired from the start. Be honest about mistakes they made. Implement boundaries with people immediately. Remember these final truths. The money will not make you happy. It will only amplify who you already are. If you're undisciplined now, wealth will destroy you. If you're disciplined now, wealth will liberate you. Your integrity matters more than your net worth. Your relationships matter more than your returns. Your peace of mind matters more than your portfolio. And the best investment you can make is not in stocks or real estate, as in yourself, in your education, in your character, in your wisdom. If this video helped you, do 3 things. 1. Save it. You'll need to watch it again. 2. Share it with someone who needs it. You might save them from financial destruction. 3. Comment below with 1 commitment you're making after watching this. Say it publicly to create accountability. And if you're currently navigating sudden wealth and want to share your story or ask questions, drop a comment. Let's build a community of people who are determined to beat the statistics. You can do this, but only if you're willing to be patient, humble, and disciplined. The wealth is yours. What you do with it determines everything. Choose wisely.